beautiful sunny day in Harrogate. We get to play some baseball here. It's Carson-Newman in the SAC opener against the LMU Rail Splitters in the second game that Carson-Newman has had to play on the road this season. The visiting team in the Eagles will lead off Braxton Smith, Cole Nathan, and Logan Floyd, the first baseman, against LMU's Game 1 starter for the majority of the season, Peyton Armour, who has been pretty outstanding. Rana DeCrow checking in with you on the Eagles Sports Network. Happy to be joining you with the action. About 50, 51 degrees here in Harrogate, Tennessee, and a beautiful day to be doing it. Peyton Armour, number 33, has been so outstanding for LMU this season. The junior out of Decatur, Tennessee, has been the starting pitcher in Game 1 for both series that the Real Splitters have played. The Splitters are 5-3 this season. Have had some struggles, a couple of losses against Hillsdale, but coming off 2 wins, they win the final game of the series against Hillsdale and then turn around the next day, or should I say 2 days later, and play Bluefield State. They absolutely take care of the Big Blue. So coming off 2 wins, Carson-Newman, on the other hand, a perfect 6-0. The second time in as many seasons that they've done that, and the 14th time under Tom Griffin. If they were to open this series with LMU, the SAC opener, undefeated, that would be the 14th time under Tom Griffin they've won the SAC opener. So a big game with big implications, and Carson-Newman trying to get things started on the right foot. Have done so in their non-conference games so far, have taken care of Cedarville, they've taken care of Charleston, and a non-conference game with Tusculum earlier on in the week that the Eagles absolutely took care of business. A 15-3 win over the Pioneers before they'll see them later down the line in mid-March. Braxton Smith will lead things off. The sophomore center fielder has been outstanding this past week, and defensive alignment for the Splitters. It's Jordan at third base, the freshman Gray at shortstop, Hobson at second as Armour delivers the first pitch. Smith squares around for the bunt, and it's a strike from Armour right off the bat. Morse is on first base, Mullenix in left field, Dugan in center, and Halleck in right field as Armour delivers another fastball, this time low and inside, that misses the mark. So 1-1 count for Braxton Smith. Something this Eagles team has done has been get on base, whether they've done it selectively as Armour comes together, and Braxton Smith skies one out into center field. Dugan has to run in a couple feet. He's underneath it and makes the catch for the first one of the game. Peyton Armour, he's been pretty solid this year.
Batting, number 6,
3.46 ERA. Over his 2 starts, has pitched at least 6 innings in each of those starts, and he'll get his first look at Cole Nathan, the second baseman. Nathan, often called the energy starter in this Carson-Newman lineup, as he watches the first pitch go by from Armour, a ball inside. Nathan almost had to lean out of the way of that one. Carson-Newman in their gray uniforms with the navy lettering and orange accents. Second pitch from Armour misses inside again. Cole Nathan isn't fooled, so a 2-0 count on Cole Nathan, the second baseman. Nathan swings at the next offering from Peyton Armour. It's a fastball outside for strike 1. So a 2-1 count on Nathan with 1 away. That first out, a fly ball from Braxton Smith. Nathan 3 for 7 last week, but was 0 for 1 against Tusculum as he waves and misses on the next pitch from Armour. So a 2-2 count for Cole Nathan. The energy guy in this lineup, but Armour trying to keep things clean through 1 as Nathan hits a hard ground ball to the shortstop in Gray. He makes the throw. Morse has to take a little bunny hop to catch it, but nonetheless, Nathan is out at first.
Now batting, number 11, Logan Floyd.
Brings up the first baseman, Logan Floyd, the all-SAC selection last year, and for good reason. He was simply outstanding, led this team in hits, led this team in RBIs, and so far is doing the same thing here in 2026's. Armour delivers the first pitch to Floyd. It's a low fastball on the outside that misses. Floyd the junior coming out of Georgia. Watches the next one from Armour. This time it clips the outside corner and is strike one. So 1-1 count on Logan Floyd, 2 outs on the board for Peyton Armour, trying to keep things scoreless. Armour has let some runs come around, but 9 strikeouts to go with it as the next pitch from Armour is cooking and hits the outside again, that same spot on Floyd. He doesn't swing, so 1-2 count. Carson-Newman has got their offense going early in each of their games. Next pitch is fouled off. Up the first base side for Logan Floyd, a little late on that one, just trying to fight it off. Just 3 walks on the year for Peyton Armour, and this Carson-Newman team loves to take advantage of free bases as Floyd cuts on the next one, and it's fouled up the right field line yet again. It's going to cut all the way inside and out of play behind Carson-Newman's dugout. So still a 1-2 count. Floyd continuing to fight here. 6 pitch on the way. It's way outside for ball 2. Armour, a good job getting ahead. Can he finish the job? Not with that one. It's low and in the dirt. Maddie does a good job staying in front of it, but no one threatening on the bases. So a full count coming up for Logan Floyd. And this is what this Carson-Newman team can do so well. They stay incredibly disciplined in the batter's box. 20 walks in that first weekend. They've taken 56 free bases. Next pitch is an off speed down the middle that gets Floyd looking. That's not something you see too often out of the first team all-sack selection. So Peyton Armour sits him down in order. And when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network, it's Gabe Gray, Caleb Jordan, and Brady Morse for the Rail Splitters. Stay with us. Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, where Ryan Higgins will be doing the pitching duties. The Eagles Game 1 starter Rayanna DeCrow checking in with you for the top of the lineup and the Eagles' first look at the Eagles D2 Baseball preseason All-American selection. Gabe Gray, the shortstop, will get his first look at Higgins, and it's the typical defensive lineup for the Eagles as Higgins comes together for the first pitch to Gray. It's a off-speed pitch that misses high. Gibson at third base. He returns there after playing shortstop against Tusculum on Tuesday. Pierce at short, Nathan at second, and Higgins works quick for the second offering. Another outside pitch, so 2-0 count on Gabe Gray. Higgins not hitting the zone just yet. Nathan at second. Floyd is at first base. Bradley Soto Diaz in right field. Braxton Smith in center. Third pitch on the way. It's swung on and way back. Is it going to leak foul? Yes, it looks like it. So, man, that was a quick turn and one that would have certainly left the yard if it was just about 15 feet to the left of the left field foul pole, or the right of the left field foul pole, I should say. 2-1 count on Gabe Gray. This one's cut on again and just chopped towards the Splitters dugout. Braxton Smith in center field. Ryan Bolton rounds out this Carson-Newman defensive alignment in left, and Jacob Rogers will be doing the catching for Ryan Higgins today. 2-2 count, and Higgins comes together. It's outside on Gray, so a full count coming up. Gabe Gray, just the freshman for LMU, but has been a mainstay in this Splitters lineup. Coming out of Gallatin, Tennessee, next pitch is swung on and a line drive out to left field. Bolton just 2 steps, casual with it, makes the catch for out number 1. So Higgins stays clean through 1 batter. And it's 1 away here at Lamar Hennon Field. A nice day in Harrogate, wind kind of blowing out to the left field wall. And that brings up the third baseman, Caleb Jordan. Lots of young guns in this LMU lineup. Jordan, just the sophomore coming out of Bell Buckle, Tennessee. First pitch from Higgins is outside on the lefty. So 1 ball, and Higgins has started off each of his counts with a ball. Stands tall at 6'4" on the mound, kicks and fires, and it's cut on and fouled back behind home plate. So 1-1 count for Caleb Jordan. 5 of 13 last week was Caleb Jordan. Next pitch from Higgins misses the mark, and it's a 2-1 count. Really good in his last game, too. Was 2 for 4 against Bluefield State. 3 RBIs to go along with it. Jordan, one of the more experienced bats in this lineup, if you can believe it, as the next pitch misses the zone yet again, and Jordan successfully holds off. So a 3-1 count. 3-1 on the way. It misses again. So the first walk of the day given up by Ryan Higgins. The D2 All-American preseason selection has been incredibly good this season. Has given up just 3 walks in his first 2 starts and gives up 1 there. So make that the 4th of 2026. And Caleb Jordan at first base. That brings up Brady Morse. Morse, the first baseman. The graduate student transferred over from Bellarmine University. First offering from Higgins, misses outside on the righty. Jordan about 2 steps off first base. Higgins unconcerned. And opts to go for him. Faked him out there. Nearly got him, but Jordan dives back in. He's safe. So back to Brady Morse, who's been incredible. Has played and started in every game for the Splitters this season. First pitch from second pitch, I should say, on Morse. Hits the outside corner for strike 1. So a 1-1 count with 1 out on the board. That first out, a line drive into left field that was caught by Ryan Bolton. Caleb Jordan jumps off second. Higgins tries to get it off the bat of Morse, and instead it'll roll into the glove of Cole Nathan, who will flip it to Pierce over to Floyd. And the 4-6-3 double play is successful. So Ryan Higgins retires 2 batters, and the defense takes care of the runner on first base. And Peyton Armour will go back to work here in the top of the second when we get back here on the Eagles Sports Network. It's Bradley Soto Diaz, Tanner Kilgore, and John O'Pierce. Stay with us. Bradley Soto Diaz will be the first man in the box to face Peyton Armour here in this top of the second inning on the Eagles Sports Network. Armour sat down the Eagles in order and struck out Logan Floyd, his first of the season last time around, as Bradley Soto Diaz ropes one in the 5-6 gap. He'll be safely aboard at first base as he thinks about second, but holds up, held up by Krob over there on first base. And the Eagles'
Now
first
batting
hit.
number 17, Tanner Kilgore.
Peyton Armour has let up 5 hits in each of his last 2 starts, and the Eagles continuing their offensive firepower. Bradley Soto Diaz, the one to get it going. That brings up Tanner Kilgore, who was simply excellent on Tuesday against Tusculum, 4 for 4, and the DH in today's contest, looking to keep things going. First pitch from Armour is a strike right down the middle that Kilgore watches. A 1 count, Soto Diaz 2 strides off first. Armour pauses and finally goes to Kilgore. Next pitch misses inside, so a 1-1 count on Kilgore. Kilgore really struggled in the Cedarville series, but did not record a hit, and then bounced back against Tusculum, was 4 for 4. As Armour will go over to Soto Diaz, he's more than safe as he dives back in. 4 RBIs to go along with those 4 hits in that game against the Pioneers, and he ends up being the player of the game after being held hitless against the Cedarville Yellow Jackets. Next pitch from Armour misses low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike on the DH, Tanner Kilgore. One of the taller hitters in this Carson-Newman lineup. He stands at 6'4" in the right batter's box. He digs back in, and Armour comes together. He goes back to Bradley Soto Diaz. A 2-1 count on Kilgore. This field here at LMU at Lamar Hennon Field, mostly turf, but the pitcher's mound, a beautiful shade of red dirt. Armour delivers, and it's a strike that kisses the outside corner. So 2-2 count with no outs on the board. Bradley Soto Diaz at first base after the hard hit ball between the 5-6 gap. Gray had dove for it. Jordan didn't even try, and Mullenix scooped it up, eventually held Bradley Soto Diaz up at first base. Armour goes over to Soto Diaz again, uncomfortable with the lead over there. It's still 2-2 on Tanner Kilgore. Kilgore, 34 starts last year as Carson-Newman's DH, has done the very same thing this year as he cuts on 1, and it's cutting towards the right field fence and will leak foul. Still 2-2 on Kilgore. Hit .313 last season with the Eagles as the DH the majority of the time, but played first base on Tuesday against Tusculum when he had his great game. Soto Diaz takes a hard lead off first, and Kilgore cuts on another one that just floats on top of the Eagles dugout. Kilgore also one of the power bats in this lineup. 4 home runs last season for Carson-Newman, and all 4 of those came in wins for Carson-Newman. Armour comes together, and Kilgore fouls it off yet again, this time up the third baseline. He was early on the off speed. So 2-2. But the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up here for Tanner Kilgore, trying to stay alive. Soto Diaz still at first base. Armour checks him. Armour delivers. Next pitch on the way is fouled back again. Still 2-2. But pitch number 9 of this at-bat coming up as Tanner Kilgore continues to apply the pressure on Peyton Armour. 14 pitches, through 1 inning for Armour. Soto Diaz, that leadoff hitter, he's at first base. And Armour comes together. Kilgore, a fly ball that's floating out towards center field. Gray is chasing after it. Dugan underneath it, and the center fielder will make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 7, John O. Pierce.
If there's something Carson-Newman does, it's make contact. Just sometimes don't find it in the gaps all the time. So Bradley Soto Diaz will be held up at first base. Tanner Kilgore, the fly ball to center field, will be the first out. Now John O. Pierce gets his first look at the LMU Friday starter in Armour. He checks Soto Diaz at first base. No pitches thrown yet to John O. Pierce. Soto Diaz has spent all of his time in the outfield, so certainly some speed on the bases as Armour finally delivers. Soto Diaz takes off, and it's a misfire from Maddie that takes 3 hops before it gets in the glove of Hobson, who was over there at second base looking for the throw. Nearly hit Peyton Armour on the pitcher's mound. And the rail splitters will take a second as Justin Haywood will come out and have a conversation with the home plate umpire, saying maybe that John O. Pierce was in the way of the throw from Maddie. He had cut on the pitch and then kind of leaned forward into the throwing path of Maddie. So Soto Diaz will take second base and collect another stolen base. And John O. Pierce will have a chance with a runner in scoring position. Has been a .385 hitter this season. 1 strike on John O. Pierce, no balls. Bradley Soto Diaz 5 steps off second, and Pierce makes contact. It's a chopper to Gray at first. Soto Diaz is on third base, and Morse had to take a hop off the bag from the throw from the freshman Gray, and he didn't get down in time. Pierce beat the throw out. So runners on the corners for Carson-Newman, and Justin Haywood needs another conversation with the officiating crew here. This time it'll be the umpire between first and second that will have the conversation with Haywood. Bradley Soto Diaz at third base, and John O. Pierce capitalizes on the errant throw from Gabe Gray at shortstop. Morse just had to take like a 2-foot hop off first base to make the catch, but Pierce was booking it. And Aiden Gibson had said about Pierce that not only did he bring a good bat to the lineup and good defense to the shortstop position for Carson-Newman, but his speed was also something to reckon with. So runners on the corner for Carson-Newman. It's John O. Pierce at shortstop. Bradley Soto Diaz after the leadoff single at third base. He stole a base to get to second, and then John O. Pierce's infield ground ball gets him over to third. And now Aiden Gibson, the third baseman, will look to drive in an RBI. Gibson, the senior captain for Coach Tom Griffin this season, hasn't had a bunch of luck at the plate so far this year. Was 1 for 10 last week and has generally just struggled. But such an asset on defense for Carson-Newman. First pitch from Armour is an off speed that hits for strike 1. Not a lot of strikeouts for the senior Gibson. He's making contact, just one of those hitters that hasn't found the gaps. As Pierce takes off, he's diving headfirst into second, misses the tag as he slides around the glove of Gabe Gray. Morse had tossed it over to first base. Or excuse me, Armour had tossed it over to Morse at first. Morse thought he had an easy throw for the tag as John O. Pierce wasn't even looking at him. And then slides around the glove of Gray to avoid the tag. And now runners on second and third for Carson-Newman. sun shining on the Eagles right now as Gibson takes the next pitch inside for ball one. So a 1-1 count on Aiden Gibson. Gibson playing third base today after playing shortstop in the last game, and the 1-1 on the way misses outside. Eagles have been aggressive on the bases, already 2 stolen bases here today, and have done that throughout the season in general. Next pitch is swung on and missed from Gibson, so 2-2 for the senior. Six batters for Carson-Newman have 2 or more stolen bases now. The Eagles have been aggressive as the 2-2 is cut on and fouled up the third baseline. So Gibson will stay alive. A chance to drive some runners in. Need to make contact, just 1 out on the board. Two on the way. Gibson swings again. He's early this time, and it chops in to the LMU dugout. Carson-Newman has worked pitchers well, and just not a lot of strikeouts. 2 on the season for Aiden Gibson. So lots of contact, just not hitting gaps. Next pitch is stamped on the outside corner, and Armour gets the strikeout in a big-time moment. He catches his second batter looking, Floyd looking in the first inning, and Gibson here in the second. And now we got runners at second and third with Ryan Bolton, the left fielder, coming into the right batter's box, looking to clean some runners off the bases. The junior was 2 for 6 last week as the first pitch to Bolton misses low and away for ball 1. Ryan Bolton did not play in game 3 against Cedarville, but did play in every other game last week. Next pitch hits on the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 count on Bolton. Armour works quick, and Bolton fouls this next one off. Now need a base hit to score some runners. It's Bradley Soto Diaz with speed on third base. Jono Pierce with equal speed at second. 1-2. Right up the middle, it's to Hobson. He makes the scoop and over to Morse, who takes the dig off the turf and puts Ryan Bolton away. So Carson-Newman will leave 2 runners on after a hit from Bradley Soto Diaz led off the inning. A great opportunity for the Eagles to score here in this sack opener, but they won't do it. So Ryan Higgins will return to the bump, and it's Mullinex, Hobson, and Dugan when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Mullinex.
No blood spilled so far here at Lamar Hennon Field in Harrogate, Tennessee. It's the Carson-Newman Eagles against the LMU Rail Splitters, and Peyton Mullinex will get things going here. He's hitting cleanup today as Higgins kicks and fires, and the first one is skied back behind the press box for strike one on Mullinex. Sack opener for either of these teams, and a big one to win. Get your conference schedule started right. Last season between Carson-Newman and LMU, CN was ranked number 21 at the time. As the next pitch from Higgins misses outside on the lefty Mullinex. Eagles took 2 games of the 3-game set last year. Next pitch from Higgins misses in the turf, and it's behind the catcher Jacob Rogers for ball 2 on Mullinex. 2-1 count with nobody out. Eagles left 2 runners on base in the top of the second. Not something Tom Griffin likes to do too often, and Higgins delivers the 2-1. It's up the middle off the bump where Pierce gobbles it up, and over to first. Floyd has it safely. So 1 away now for Carson-Newman. Ryan Higgins sat the first 3 batters down in order in the bottom of the first, and looking to do the same thing here in this bottom of the second. Let his offense get back to work. Aaron Hobson, the second baseman, will be the one to get to work here now on Higgins, as the slider from the senior misses high and away for ball 1. Hobson sharply underneath the glove of Nathan. It was coming hot off the bat. It took 1 hop and skipped underneath Cole Nathan's glove, and it gets all the way out to Soto Diaz in right field. So Aaron Hobson will have a single. He'll be at first base, and C.J. Dugan, the center fielder, with a chance to move a couple runners. 1 out on the board. It came in the form of a ground ball from Peyton Mullinex, and Aaron Hobson is now at first base after the single into right field. Dugan watches the first one go by from Higgins. It's a strike that hits the outside corner for strike 1. Higgins goes over to Hobson at first instead of going to Dugan. Dugan is back safe diving in, and it's 0-1 for C.J. Dugan with a runner at first base. Higgins delivers an off speed that's waved on way early. Dugan missed completely on that one, so 0-2. And Ryan Higgins looking for his first strikeout here in sack play in 2026. Won't get it there. This one fouled back from Dugan, so still 0-2. And it's Aaron Hobson who's at first. Higgins will take a quick pause because Hobson had nearly taken off of first base, but instead he goes back. Higgins being patient there. And Hobson, the junior, will go back to work. A check swing there on C.J. Dugan, and it'll be a strikeout, the first of the day for Ryan Higgins. Got him on the slider, a check swing from C.J. Dugan. That's the second out of the bottom of the second, and now Ronnie Matty, the catcher, trying not to strand Aaron Hobson, who's over there at first base. Higgins goes over to Hobson again before he faces Ronnie Matty, the freshman from Johnson City. He was 5 for 8 last week and 2 of 4 in his last game against Hillsdale. First offering from Higgins misses the mark for ball 1. LMU trying to do a little bit better than they did last season in the SAC. We're 13-17 in conference action as the 1-0 is on the way. It's swung on. It gets behind Rogers, and Hobson will take off to second. He's safely away. And Ronnie Matty will go back to work with a 1-1 count, and Aaron Hobson in scoring position over there at second base. LMU 24-23 last season, trying to improve upon that mark, or 3 and 5 this season as Matty swings on this one. It takes 3 hops to Gibson, who nearly skies the throw, but Floyd had stepped off the bag and made a great tag on Ronnie Matty to put the inning away, so Higgins will keep it clean, and it'll be Peyton Armour back to the mound for Jacob Rogers, who rounds out the Eagles' order. Braxton Smith, the top of the lineup, and Cole Nathan when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network. Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Rihanna DeCrow checking in with you as Jacob Rogers, the 9th hitter in this Carson-Newman order, will step into the right batter's box on Peyton Armour, who has kept things relatively clean. But Jacob Rogers looks to make an impact and get another leadoff hitter on first base, but the first pitch is waved on for strike 1 on Rogers, the catcher. Both teams now have stranded runners. Carson-Newman left 2 on in the top of the second, and LMU left 1 runner on base in scoring position as well for either side as the next pitch hits on the outside corner for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Jacob Rogers, and Peyton Armour, who's already tossed 2 strikeouts, looking to get number 3 here. Nearly does, but it catches a piece of the bat of Rogers and is behind the catcher Matty. Home plate umpire will go and have a conversation with Peyton Armour, just hand him a new ball there. Give the catcher, Ronnie Matty, a second to recollect himself as that one clipped off his glove. No balls, 2 strikes on Rogers. That one is swung on and missed, so strikeout number 3 for Peyton Armour. And he has been effective against Carson-Newman in terms of strikeouts. So that brings up Braxton Smith, the center fielder, who flew out to center field in his first at bat. He watches the first offering, an off speed that kisses the outside corner for strike 1 on Smith. Smith cuts on this one. It takes 3 hops into the glove of Gabe Gray at shortstop, and Smith nearly beat the throw out. Looked like he had a foot on the bag, but instead he'll be called out. So Morse, a good stretch to get there in time. And now Braxton Smith is put away. Now Cole Nathan can step up to the plate. A ground out to shortstop in his first at bat. Worked the count to 2-2 before he did that. But a big energy guy in this Carson-Newman lineup. He watches the first pitch, a slider low that just barely misses for ball number 1. Armour, another hard one that just misses the outside corner for ball 2. 2 starts this season, 6 innings in both starts for Peyton Armour, the junior. Has only let up 1 home run, that one against Cedarville, who Carson-Newman allowed 2 home runs as well. Next pitch off speed from Armour misses low again, so 3-0 count for Cole Nathan. And the Eagles looking for their first free base here against LMU. They'll get it right there as Nathan wisely watches one go by. It's too far inside, and Cole Nathan is at first base with
now batting number 11,
2
Logan
outs on the
Floyd.
board for Logan Floyd, the first baseman. Eagles have been exceptional at taking free bases this season. 56 freebies throughout their 6 games so far this year. Cole Nathan with speed at first, and Logan Floyd in on the right side. He skies one up into shallow right center field as Hobson backpedaling to make the catch, and he's all the way out there from second base, but he gets it successfully behind his left shoulder. So it took 4 batters, but Peyton Armour sits him down again, and
pediatric brain tumors are the most commonly
it's Brady
diagnosed
Burns,
childhood
Ford
cancer
Halleck,
the
and
deadliest
Gabe
childhood
Gray when we
disease.
come back here on the Eagles Sports Network. Ryan Higgins will face off against Brady Burns to get things going here in this bottom of the 3rd. It'll be Brady Burns, then Ford Halleck, the right fielder, and Gabe Gray, the top of the order, due up for LMU, as Ryan Higgins has done a great job so far, and him and Peyton Armour, the LMU starter, are going toe-to-toe. First pitch from Higgins is a strike on Burns, the DH. Higgins delivers the 0-1, and it misses outside. So 1-1 count on Brady Burns. Both teams have had opportunities to score, have left runners stranded in the 2nd inning, and now trying to keep things scoreless is Ryan Higgins. Next pitch to Burns, hits on the off speed for strike 2. So a 1-2 count for Brady Burns, the DH. LMU, a pretty decent team at home normally. They've won 2 of their 3 wins have been here at Lamar Hennon Field. Next pitch from Higgins is a strike, and he got Brady Burns looking.
Now batting number 4, Ford Halleck.
Stamped the outside corner, and Ryan Higgins has strikeout number 2 of the day. So now Ford Halleck, the right fielder, will come up for a chance at Ryan Higgins, the D2 baseball preseason All-American. Higgins was really good last season as the first pitch to Halleck misses low in the turf. really good last season in the starts that he made. He made 8 starts with the Eagles, 5 wins, just 1 loss. Next pitch to Halleck, stamps the outside corner yet again on the fastball. So 1-1 for Fort Halleck. 43 innings pitched for Higgins, the junior, and just 21 hits allowed in those innings as Halleck lifts one out to center field. Smith is sprinting in to make the catch, and he will after he loses his hat. Braxton Smith, with a full display of speed, turns on the Jets to make that catch in way shallow center field. And that brings up Gabe Gray, the shortstop, who flew out, or should I say hit a line drive out to left field in his first at bat, and gets his second look at Ryan Higgins. Higgins, 45 strikeouts last season with the Eagles as well, an 0.83 ERA, one of the lowest in Carson-Newman history, as the first pitch from Higgins hits again on Gray, so strike one on the freshman. Gray 4 for 14 last week. He waves on the next pitch from Higgins, so 0-2 and Ryan Higgins catching fire here in the bottom of the third. Gray the righty, 0-2 on the way. It's right up the middle. It's going to be scooped up by Cole Nathan. He makes the stretch. Floyd makes the dig on the one-hopper from Nathan, and Gabe Gray beat the throw out.
Now batting number 2, Caleb Jordan.
A chopped ground ball over the head of Ryan Higgins. Cole Nathan was all the way over to the left side of second base to make the snag, but nonetheless, Gabe Gray beats the throw out. A full display of speed from the freshman, and now Caleb Jordan will get a try to bring Gray around. We'll see how they score that one. I'm assuming it's going to be an infield single from Gray. First pitch to Jordan hits at his letters, and it's strike one on the third baseman. 2 strikeouts and 1 walk on 2 hits for Ryan Higgins in his first 2 2/3 innings of work, as Jordan lines one out to left field. Bolton, a sliding grab to put the inning away, and Ryan Higgins will remain scoreless here in this sack opener. And we'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network. For Bradley Soto Diaz, Tanner Kilgore, and John O. Pierce. Top of the fourth here from Lamar Hennenfield in Harrogate, Rayanna DeCrow. Checking in with you on the Eagles Sports Network as Bradley Soto Diaz gets his second chance at Peyton Armour, and the first pitch is a ball too far inside on the right fielder. Soto Diaz recorded the lone hit of the game for Carson-Newman. Next pitch stamps the outside, so a 1-1 count for Soto Diaz. Made it all the way around a third before he was cut short by a couple of outs from the LMU defense, and Soto Diaz fouls one back, so a 1-2 count for the junior. Soto Diaz takes this one. It's right up the middle, but it's right into the glove of C.J. Dugan in center field. Barely had to move at all, and he makes the play for the first out of the top of the fourth.
Now batting number 17.
Brings up Tanner Kilgore, who worked Peyton Armour in his first at bat. 9 pitches it took him before he flew out to center field. And the junior trying to keep going what he had started earlier in the week. First pitch from Armour misses high above the shoulders of Kilgore. Was 4 for 4 against Tusculum with 4 RBIs. He had a double in that game as well. Kilgore watches the next one go by. It's a perfect pitch. So 1-1 count on the junior from Kingsport. All 4 of his hits this season came in that game against Tusculum earlier in the week. So a lot of confidence for Tanner Kilgore, who watches the next pitch from Armour slide all the way to the left batter's box for ball 2. So a 2-1 count with 1 out on the board for Kilgore. Next pitch hits outside. 2-2 for Tanner Kilgore coming up. This was the same count he had when he worked it to 9 pitches in his at-bat. Breaking ball from Armour. Misses again. So this time a full count coming up for Tanner Kilgore. Armour has won his battles in this one. 3 strikeouts and 1 walk as he shakes off a couple of signs and finally delivers. It misses inside on Kilgore. He'll take his base, and the junior wins the battle. So make it 3 strikeouts and 2 walks as the Eagles continue to be disciplined in the batter's box. And Tanner Kilgore will be aboard at first base for Jono Pierce, the shortstop. He reached on error in his first at-bat. A throwing error from the freshman shortstop, Gabe Gray. First pitch from Armour is outside and good for strike 1. Pierce was 1 for 7 in the Cedarville series, so not a lot of success. Has been sick in the breaking ball from Armour misses. So 1-1 count on Pierce with 1 out on the board, and it's Tanner Kilgore at first base. 4 walks, though, in that series. Did not play against Tusculum. Was battling some illness earlier on in the week. And this one on the way as Pierce a couple of hops over to second, and Jordan scoops it up to catch the runner, who is Kilgore at second. He'll get the force at the second bag, and Jono Pierce avoids grounding into a double play as it was moving pretty slow over there to Jordan at third. So Jono Pierce reaches on the fielder's choice there, and Aiden Gibson, the third baseman who struck out looking in his first at bat, will get a second chance at Peyton Armour. Two outs on the board, and Armour will go back over to Pierce, trying to control the pace here. One for 10 last week, and the first pitch to Gibson is a strike down Broadway. One of Coach Tom Griffin's captain selections this season has been a mainstay in this Carson-Newman lineup since his freshman season. Next pitch is outside, and Gibson successfully holds off for ball 1. 1-1 count for Aiden Gibson, and it's Jono Pierce with speed at second. Eagles have been aggressive on the bases, already 2 stolen bases in this contest. Got to imagine he'll hold up Pierce at first right now, and Armour will check in before he goes back to Gibson. Still 1-1 on the senior from Cleveland. He walked in that series against Cedarville and was hit by a pitch 4 different times. He leads this Carson-Newman team in that mark. Talk about free bases. Lots of walks, but also lots of batters hit by pitches. Gibson hits a line drive out to center field. That's going to get down. And Jono Pierce takes 3 steps off second before he decides to hold his horses. And Aiden Gibson has a single. He's at first base. A line drive into center field that moves Jono Pierce over to second, gets himself at first. That brings up the left fielder, Ryan Bolton. Second chance for Bolton with a runner in scoring position as he takes the sign from Tom Griffin. Gibson 3 strides off first. Jono Pierce dances over between second and third, and Bolton fouls the first offering from Peyton Armour back. Bolton hit a ground ball to second base in his first at bat that ended the inning in the bottom of the second. He had 2 runners in scoring position. Similar spot here. Jono Pierce is at second base, and he fans on one from Armour, so strike 2 on Ryan Bolton. Bolton 2 for 6 last week. Didn't play in game 3 against Cedarville, but every other game he saw time in. Next pitch is fouled back behind the press box. So still 0-2 against Ryan Bolton, the junior from Knoxville. Split time in left field last season and has done more of the same this year. Next pitch is cut on. It's a short little blooper that bleeds into the glove of Morse as Bolton tries to dodge out of the way of the first baseman, but he can't. And that'll be the inning. So 2 more left on base for Carson-Newman. And Peyton Armour doing a good job keeping things scoreless. Ryan Higgins looking to do more of the same when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network. It's Brady Morse, Peyton Mullenix, and Aaron Hobson. Stay with us. Brady Morse, the graduate transfer, will get to work on Ryan Higgins here in the bottom of the 4th. And then it's Peyton Mullenix and Aaron Hobson. First pitch to Morse is a strike from Ryan Higgins. And the junior pitcher continues to stamp the zone. Both teams have held things scoreless here. Starting pitchers doing good work as Higgins clips the outside corner again for strike 2 on Morse. Morse has been one of the best hitters in this splitters lineup, and he hits a hard ground ball to Aiden Gibson, who dives over at third base. The scoop is made by Logan Fluid, and what a play by the senior third baseman, Aiden Gibson. He's been excellent defensively over 4 years at Carson-Newman, and there's a reason why that guy holds on to the hot corner. A good glove by Aiden Gibson, the senior, to make the first out of the inning and avoid Ryan Higgins' second hit of the game. Make it 3rd hit of the game, and now Peyton Mullenix will immediately swing on one, and it's curling out towards left field, where Ryan Bolton has to avoid the sun. He makes the drop, unfortunately. And Mullenix is over at second base after the error from Ryan Bolton. Couldn't see the ball. He had tried to duck out of the way, avoiding the sun, and missed the ball as it popped out of his glove.
Now batting number 25, Aaron Hobson.
You got it off the display. I got it from the wrong way. I got it. Get I go out the blank. Don't do this for the fame.
So Peyton Mullenix, the left fielder, is on second base. He swung on that first pitch, and Bolton dropped it out there in left field. And now Aaron Hobson, who hit a line drive to Bolton in his first at bat, will check swing on the first pitch from Higgins, but he didn't go. So ball one on Hobson. Hobson got all the way around to second base before Ryan Higgins got out of the jam, and he goes over to Mullenix at second. Nearly got him. He had to dive back in, and Cole Nathan was there to try and make the tag, but didn't get him. So back to work on Aaron Hobson. Higgins takes another look at Mullenix. Goes back to Hobson, who check swings on one, and it gets behind the catcher, Rogers. Mullenix will round third and thinks about it, but Rogers is right there. Higgins is home as well. So runner in prime scoring position for the Rail Splitters with just one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Two balls, no strikes for Aaron Hobson, and Peyton Mullenix at third base. The outside pitch from Higgins misses the zone, so 3 balls and no strikes. And Higgins hits the mark with that one. So 3-1 on Aaron Hobson, the second baseman. Hobson, the junior, transferring over from Presbyterian College. Watches the next pitch inside at the knees for strike 2. Good job by Higgins to work his way back into this count. And it's 3-2 with 1 out for Ryan Higgins, who steps together and delivers to Aaron Hobson. Swung on and missed. Third strikeout of the day for Ryan Higgins.
Now batting number 39.
And Higgins matches Peyton Armour. 3 strikeouts apiece for the starters in this game, and a pitching shootout right now between LMU and Carson-Newman in the SAC opener. C.J. Dugan will watch the first pitch from Higgins. It's too far outside. Jacob Rogers waves Higgins, says, hey, bring it back just a little bit. 0-1 for the center fielder Dugan, who was sat down in his first at bat, struck out swinging on Higgins, and the next pitch from Higgins is a strike, an off speed that hits right down the middle. It's Mullenix at third base who's threatening. Couple steps off third. He continues to amble off the base, and Higgins, a fiery fastball. Outside corner and good. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on C.J. Dugan with a runner at third base. Breaking ball misses into the other batter's box. Rogers a good job to keep that in front of him. 2-2. Swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts from Ryan Higgins, and he's fired up. Aiden Gibson, a diving grab to make the first out. Ryan Higgins, with a runner threatening, gets 2 big strikeouts for his 4th of the afternoon and keeps it scoreless here at Lamar Hennon Field. We'll be back here on the Eagles Sports Network, where Carson-Newman gets another chance with Jacob Rogers, Braxton Smith, and Cole Nathan due up. It's Jacob Rogers to get things going here in the top of the fifth, and Peyton Armour returns to the bump for his fifth inning of work. He's held things scoreless here against the Eagles, and the first pitch to Rogers is a cooking fastball that hits the mark in the zone. So one strike on Jacob Rogers, the catcher, who struck out in his first at bat. Couple of looking strikeouts for Morse as the next offering misses low. Maddie trying to bring that one up to make it look more like a strike, but he's unsuccessful. So 1-1, and Armour delivers again. This one's cut on and fouled back from Rogers. The senior seeing some real time here in the absence of Carson Cochran, who was injured in the first game of the Cedarville series last week. 5 games last season for the senior, and he waves and misses on another pitch. So the second strikeout for Jacob Rogers, and it gives Peyton Armour his fourth of the contest. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Ryan Higgins in the bottom of the fourth, and Peyton Armour responds with one of his own. And that brings up the top of the order. Braxton Smith has been out both times, and the first offering to Smith misses low in the turf. So 1 ball, no strikes on Braxton Smith, who flew out to center field in his first at bat and hit a ground ball to shortstop in his second at bat. Next pitch hits outside. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out for Braxton Smith. Next pitch, an off speed that Smith watches it go by, but it's strike 2. Tom Griffin wanting to get Braxton Smith on. He'll have speed on the bases, and a check swing will get Braxton Smith. 2 strikeouts by Peyton Armour that responds to the 2 to end the bottom of the fourth from Ryan Higgins, and these pitchers are locked down right now. No runs and a combined 4 hits from either side. These pitchers going to work. So Cole Nathan, the second baseman, will watch the first pitch from Armour go by. It's a strike that hits inside. So Cole Nathan trying to be the guy to get it going here in the top of the fifth. Next pitch from Armour misses too far outside. So 1-1 on Nathan. Hit a ground ball to shortstop in his first at bat, and then walked in his last at bat. Won a full count situation, and Nathan watches another one go by for ball 2. Both dugouts completely on their feet watching their guys perform. Armour delivers, and it's a ground ball from Nathan that takes 4 hops into the glove of Hobson and over to Morse. So another 1-2-3 inning for Peyton Armour. He's kept it incredibly clean. 4 strikeouts, and 2 of them coming in this top of the fifth. When we come back, it's Ryan Higgins after his back-to-back strikeouts to end the bottom of the fourth. But Ronnie Matty, Brady Burns, and Ford Halleck look to challenge. Stay with us on the Eagles Sports Network. Ronnie Matty, the catcher, goes to work on Ryan Higgins here in this bottom of the fifth after Peyton Armour was simply phenomenal in the top of the fifth. 2 strikeouts to sit the Eagles down in order, and the first pitch from Higgins misses high on Matty, so ball 1. Higgins has thrown just 32 pitches here through 5 innings, or 4 innings, I should say. 2 hits and 4 strikeouts back-to-back in the last inning. Next pitch to Matty is a strike that hits outside. So 1-1 count on Ronnie Matty. He's the leadoff hitter here in the 7th position in the lineup for LMU in this bottom of the 5th. Matty swings and misses, so another strike from Ryan Higgins, who's been rolling in his last couple. Great play from Aiden Gibson to get his first out away in the bottom of the 5th, and 2 strikeouts to get him out of a jam with a runner at third base. 1-2 count on the leadoff hitter, Matty. Higgins misses high. Let it go a little early. So make it 2-2 for the catcher. Matty hit a ground ball, or a ground out to Aiden Gibson, the third baseman, in his first at bat. And the next pitch is an off speed that gets him looking. Give him 5, and Ryan Higgins
Now batting number 27.
ties his season high in strikeouts with that one. 2 strikeouts looking and 3 swinging for Ryan Higgins as he gets Brady Burns to go on the first offering. 1 hop to Cole Nathan, and he makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 4.
So Ford Halleck, the right fielder, he flew out to center field in his first at bat. And Ryan Higgins trying to match everything that Peyton Armour is doing on the other side of the field. He's been successful so far. 5 innings in his first 2 starts with the Eagles this season. And the first pitch to Halleck hits inside. Halleck thought about it. He had kind of turned and eventually held off. 0-1 on the way. Cut on and fouled back from Halleck. So make it 0-2. Just 2 hits for Ryan Higgins. Defense making an error in that last inning that allowed someone to reach. It was Mullenix who was threatening, and Higgins misses high again. Has done that 2 times now in this inning, where he's worked the count to 0-2 and then misses high with a fastball. 1-2. Got him looking. Big strikeout behind the plate. Big strike zone, I should say, behind the plate. And Ryan Higgins gets him on the outside pitch. So 2 strikeouts looking for the junior Spotsylvania native. And the Eagles offense trying to do some work for their pitcher. 5 innings from Ryan Higgins with 2 hits and no runs scored with 6 strikeouts. That's a season high for Ryan Higgins. When we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network, it's Logan Floyd, Bradley Soto-Diaz, and Tanner Kilgore. Dangerous lineup for Carson-Newman. Welcome back to the Eagles Sports Network. Brandon DeCrow checking in with you here in the top of the 6th, where it's been a pitching clinic from the starters here in Game 1 of the series. Carson-Newman against LMU in the sack opener. And Peyton Armour, he's done 5 innings of really good work, 4 strikeouts, just 2 walks, and 2 hits from the Eagles with no runs. And the first pitch to Logan Floyd, the all-sack first baseman, misses low at his shoelaces for ball 1. Next pitch is swung on, but it's fouled way back behind the Carson-Newman dugout. So Logan Floyd trying to get himself on base and keep his on-base streak alive. 40 games the junior has been on base. He struck out in his first at-bat and flew out to the second baseman in his second at-bat. This one is fouled up the third baseline and out of the reach of Jordan. So 1-2 count coming up here for Logan Floyd, and Peyton Armour looking to sit down the most dangerous hitter in this Carson-Newman lineup for the 3rd time in a row. Delivered and fouled back again. Logan Floyd making contact. Aiden Gibson calls him one of the best hitters he's ever played the game with, and Gibson has been a 4-year starter for the Eagles. Had an outstanding season last year where he led the Eagles in batting average and RBIs, and the 1-2 is outside. So make it 2-2 for Logan Floyd. Umpire behind home plate has been friendly to the pitchers. A lot of pitches called a little bit outside, and he's got a lot of batters looking. Next pitch is chopped into the gap between first base and second base, and Logan Floyd will retain his on-base streak as he gets a leadoff single here in the top of the 6th. Make it 41 games for Logan Floyd, where he's reached base safely, and now Bradley Soto Diaz, who hit a line drive out to left field in his first at-bat, so he is 1-2 today. We'll have a chance to bring Logan Floyd around. Floyd was able to reach because Hobson is playing nearly all the way on second base. A big swing from Soto Diaz. He waves completely and makes it 0-1 for the junior. Or rather, senior. Transfer over from William Penn last season. He hit .385 over there with 17 home runs, a big power bat added to this Carson-Newman lineup. Successful last week, too. He was 6 for 12, and he swings and misses again. So no balls and 2 strikes on Bradley Soto Diaz with Logan Floyd at first base after the leadoff single here in this top of the 6th. Third hit given up from Peyton Armour. He's been outstanding. 4 strikeouts, just 2 walks, and this one on the way. It's an off-speed that misses high on Soto Diaz, but a great spot. The junior has a 1-3-1 whip through these first couple games of the season. Delivers to Soto Diaz. It's another breaking ball too far outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Bradley Soto Diaz, trying to keep his good hitting streak alive. 6 for 12 last weekend. And is hitting 5 straight games for the Eagles. Floyd takes a hard lead off first base, and Soto Diaz battles one back. Was a little early on the off-speed pitch, but manages to get the barrel on it to just stay alive in this count. Soto Diaz, a sack preseason player to watch, and he hits a line drive up the middle, but it's caught by the second baseman, Hobson, who was cheating over towards second. The Rail Splitters doing their scout successfully.
Now batting number 17, Tanner Kilgore.
And Aaron Hobson makes the beautiful grab to keep Logan Floyd at first base. So 1 away, and Tanner Kilgore, the DH, will get a chance to bring around Logan Floyd. First pitch from Armour on Kilgore. He hits a line drive to the center fielder that's going to get down in front of Dugan. He was guarding his eyes from the sun. As the sun starts to set here over the right side of the baseball
Now
field
batting
at
number
Lamar
7,
Hennon Field.
Jono Pierce.
Just behind the Carson-Newman dugout, making it incredibly hard for these outfielders to see. So another hit from Tanner Kilgore this week. He had 4 in that game against Tusculum, and he hits a line drive out to center field there. He's at first base, Logan Floyd at second, and Jono Pierce watches the first pitch from Armour in the dirt for ball 1. Pierce is 0 for 2 today. But he's reached base both times on a fielder's choice and an error. Next pitch from Armour clips the low outside corner. So 1-1 count with 1 out on the board for Jono Pierce. Pierce swings and misses. Good velo on the fastball there from Armour. Just 1 out here for Jono Pierce. A hit would move Logan Floyd into great scoring position. And Jono Pierce nicks that one, and it'll fall right into the glove of Ronnie Matty
Now
behind the
batting
plate.
number 21, Aiden Gibson.
So now Aiden Gibson, the senior captain who has a hit in today's game, a line drive out to center field the last time he came around. And Justin Haywood will pause things to have a conversation with his pitcher, Armour. If this is going to be the end of his day, what a great day for Peyton Armour. 5 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts for the junior. Has done really good work, and we'll take a quick break here on the Eagles Sports Network to see what the Rail Splitters decide to do with their pitching. Easton Barnett will be the one to take things over here for Peyton Armour after 5 2/3 inning of good work. He steps into a spot where he has Aiden Gibson at the dish, and the first pitch from Barnett is a strike. Logan Floyd is at second base, and Tanner Kilgore is at first base after he hit a line drive out to center field that brought Logan Floyd around. And this one is skied high into the air from Aiden Gibson, and Halleck takes a couple steps in to make the out. So LMU avoids tragedy again, and Carson-Newman leaves their 6th and 7th base runners on in this ball game. And we'll see if Ryan Higgins goes back to work here in the bottom of the 6th when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new...
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, where Gabe Gray will be the one to take things over. Ryan Higgins returns to the mound for his 6th inning of work, and the first pitch to Gray is swung on, and it's a hard ground ball that gets to the other side of John O'Pearcy, makes the bare hand grab, but can't get enough juice on the throw to get it over to Floyd, and Gray had speed anyway. So he gets over to first base. He swung on the first pitch from Higgins, and he's 2 for 3 today. LMU makes the pitching change at the tail end of the top of the 6th there. They sit down Peyton Armour the end of his day, and they bring in Easton Barnett to record the last out. Now here's Caleb Jordan, who tries to lay down the bunt on Ryan Higgins. They've got Gabe Gray on the bases, who has a ton of speed for the Rail Splitters, but that one is fouled back. So 0-1 count for Caleb Jordan. Scoreless through 5.5 innings here in Harrogate as Higgins checks Gray over there at first. Gray is 5 for 5 in stolen bases for the Rail Splitters. He leads the team in that category as Jordan squares around again for the bunt and pulls back in time. So 1-1 for Caleb Jordan. One on the way. Jordan squares around again, and Higgins misses. So 2-1. Jordan squares around for the bunt again, but pulls back in time. So 3-1 for Caleb Jordan. Ryan Higgins has had a great day as well. 5 innings in his first 2 starts, and he's trying to go for 6 here in the sack opener. Pitch home is fouled back behind the press box here at Lamar Hennon Field. So full count now for Caleb Jordan. Gabe Gray is on first base. He reached after an infield single, and the freshman has been such a big bat in this lineup for LMU as Higgins turns around, tries to catch Gray, but does not. Jordan reached on a walk in his first at bat. He had a line drive to left field in his second at bat. Payoff pitch as Higgins takes his time, goes back over to Gray. Five innings and 3 hits for Ryan Higgins as he delivers, and another strikeout, make it number 7 for Ryan Higgins. His third looking strikeout of the day, and he sits down Caleb Jordan with Gabe Gray on first base. That brings up the first baseman, Brady Morse, who is 0 for 2 today. He hit into a double play in his first at bat. And then Aiden Gibson was the one to make the great diving play over there at third base in his second at bat that kept him off the base paths. Higgins, the first pitch is way outside as Rogers stands up, and they were trying to get Gray over there at first base. But nothing. So 0-1 for Brady Morse. Higgins fires, and an off speed is way too early from Brady Morse. So 1-1 count. Ryan Higgins hasn't had 7 or more strikeouts since February 28th of last season. That was against this Lincoln Memorial team. Morse swings on one, and it's fouled back behind the dish here. So 1-2 count. And Higgins trying to improve upon his mark from last season. 7 strikeouts against LMU in the game last year. And Morris hits a hard fly ball out to center field. Smith doesn't even have to move for it, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So Braxton Smith makes the catch. Gabe Gray stays at first base. And Peyton Mullenix, the left fielder, he reached on error in his last at bat, but before that grounded out to the shortstop, Jono Pierce. So he's 0 for 2 today. Jono Pierce, he cheats towards second base. Cole Nathan plays true to his position between first and second. Gibson trying to cover the difference as he moves over towards the shortstop position, and the next pitch from Higgins misses the mark. 1-0 count for Peyton Mullenix. It's Gabe Gray at first base, and Gray takes off. Rogers doesn't even have a chance from the breaking ball that was to the inside of the lefty Mullenix. And Gray is 6 for 6 on stolen bases this season. That's team leading for the Rail Splitters. The 2-0 count is swung on to the first baseman, Logan Floyd, who catches it at his chest off the second bounce and makes the play. So Ryan Higgins has tossed 6 scoreless with 7 strikeouts, and the Carson-Newman offense trying to do some work for him. When we come back, it's Ryan Bolton, Jacob Rogers, and Braxton Smith. Stay with us on the Eagles Sports Network. Ryan Bolton will step into the right batter's box and go to work on Easton Barnett, the reliever who took over for Peyton Armour in the first pitch to Bolton. This is the first time he's seen Barnett. Is a ball too far inside on the righty. Bolton lays the bunt down. It's up the third base side. Jordan slings it over to first, and he collides with Morse at first, takes a tumble. And the Eagles dugout wants the obstruction call, but they're not going to get it. Big collision between Morse and Bolton over there at first base. And Tom Griffin will take a quick second to make a hitting change. Jacob Rogers will go back into the Carson-Newman dugout. We'll see who the pinch hitter is here in just a second. Can't quite see the number just yet. It's Seth Benner, the graduate student who transferred over from University of the Cumberlands, who will step into the box for the Eagles here, take over hitting duties for the catcher, Jacob Rogers. Rogers had 2 strikeouts before that, and first pitch from Barnett is a strike outside on the outside corner for Seth Benner. Benner watches the next pitch go by. It's another strike. So 0-2 count on the grad student. Benner waves and misses. So 3 strikeouts in the 9-hole for Carson-Newman. Benner can't get it done, and Jacob Rogers 2 strikeouts in that position before that. And that brings up the top of the order Braxton Smith, the center fielder, who also has been held 0-for-3 today. A strikeout in his last at-bat, but before that, flew out in his first at-bat. Second at-bat, he hit a ground ball to the shortstop, Gray. First pitch from Barnett, misses low. So 1-1 on Braxton Smith. Or, I mean, 1-0 on Braxton Smith, rather. He has a quick conversation with Tom Griffin, the head coach, who is over there at third base, and he comes back into the box. Next pitch from Barnett hits outside. So make it 1-1 on Braxton Smith. No score here in the top of the 7th as Smith hits a little skipper over to Gabe Gray, and that's his second time he's done that. Gray makes the throw in time. So 1-2-3 for the Rail Splitters, and Carson-Newman, will they bring out a reliever? No, it's going to be Ryan Higgins back to the bump for his 7th inning of work here, and we'll be right back for it on the Eagles Sports Network.
Electric heat pump or new attic insulation, and don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
A Pitching shootout here at Lamar Hennon Field as Higgins goes back to the mound for his 7th inning of work, in the first pitch to Aaron Hobson misses way outside, and new catcher Carson Cochran has to move quickly to get to that one. So 1-0 count for Aaron Hobson, and this one is off the glove of Aiden Gibson. John O'Pierce picks up the loose change, but he's not going to get there in time, so a good diving play from Aiden Gibson to match with an error over there at third base for the senior. He doesn't do that very often, just a couple of errors in his Carson-Newman career. Is super stout defensively for the Eagles usually. 33 errors in 155 games played for Aiden Gibson, so make that 34 in 151 as the Eagles try for a trick play. Higgins pitches way out, and Cole Nathan goes to cover first base as Logan Floyd creeps in. But Hobson won't fall for it. So Hobson's at first base, and it's a 1-0 count for C.J. Dugan, who lays the bunt down. Higgins makes the throw over to first base, and they've got the first one away. But Hobson will be at second base, so a successful sack bunt that moves the runner into scoring position for the Rail Splitters.
Now batting number 21, Ronnie Matty.
Have left 4 runners on base throughout this game, and they want to strike first here in the bottom of the 7th. It's Ronnie Matty who looks to get things done, and Tom Griffin will head out onto the mound. It looks like they're going to call in a reliever. That might be the end of Ryan Higgins' day, but really, really good stuff from the junior Higgins. 6 1/3 innings of work to go along with 4 hits, 7 strikeouts. That's something he hasn't done since last season against the Rail Splitters. Just 1 walk. 64 pitchers thrown. We'll see what Tom Griffin does here as he takes his time up there on the mound. We'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network to find out what he does. Higgins will stay out there, and it's Ronnie Matty who hasn't yet received a pitch from Ryan Higgins in this at-bat. But the first pitch is a breaking ball outside on Matty. So 1-0 count. One out on the board, and it's Aaron Hobson at second base. And Matty makes contact. It's in the 5-6 gap out to left field. Bolton is going to make the throw. He hits his cutoff man, and Gibson keeps Hobson at third, but Ronnie Matty the single to bring him into prime real estate over there at third. His first hit of the day, Ryan Higgins, his 5th hit allowed, I should say. And it looks like Justin Haywood is going to make a hitting change here.
Now batting number 32, Brooks Hagedorn.
Brooks Hagedorn, the redshirt sophomore from Louisville, will pinch hit for Brady Burns, the DH. Ryan Higgins will stay out there. Can't tell just if there is action in Carson-Newman's bullpen or if they're going to let Ryan Higgins see this inning out. There's 1 out on the board, runners on the corners, and Hagedorn makes contact with the first pitch, but it's chopped behind Carson Cochran, who came in for Jacob Rogers. A 1 count for Hagedorn, and this one 2 outside from Higgins. Aaron Hobson is at third base, Ronnie Matty at first, and Hagedorn with a 1-1 count, 1 out on the board. Higgins delivers. It's too far, high and outside. 2-1 count for Brooks Hagedorn. Stats has Higgins at 65 pitches as he backpicks or tries to backpick Ronnie Matty at first base. First time Carson Cochran has re-entered for Carson-Newman on defense since the first game of the series against Cedarville, where went down with something in his leg after he tapped first base, and the next pitch from Higgins misses just barely outside. 3-1 for Brooks Hagedorn. And what would be a really big opportunity for Lincoln Memorial to score, but Hagedorn swings and misses. So full count coming up here for the redshirt sophomore. A strikeout would be Ryan Higgins' 8th of the day, the highest since he set a career high against King on the 1st of February last year. Higgins takes the sign, delivers, payoff pitch on the outside corner. It's good. And Brooks Hagedorn is sat down. Ryan Higgins has 8 strikeouts, and the runners will stay on the corners. 2 outs. And Aaron Hobson at third, Ronnie Matty at first for Ford Halleck, the right fielder who has yet to record a hit. Higgins' 4th strikeout looking out of the 8, and Higgins will clip Halleck with a pitch. So that'll load the bases for the Rail Splitters. And just the second freebie here for Ryan Higgins today. Brings in the freshman Gabe Gray with the bases loaded. Ronnie Matty over to second, Ford Halleck at first. Aaron Hobson is at third base. And now Carson Cochran will call time to go have a conversation with his pitcher. Cochran trying to just make sure Higgins has everything handled, maybe buy some time for whoever is in the Carson-Newman dugout warming up. Nonetheless, it's Gabe Gray, who is 2 for 3 today. Hit a ground ball to shortstop in the bottom of the 6th. That was the last time he got on base, and then ended up stealing a base. He's 6 for 6 in that category. That leads the LMU team, so lots of speed coming from the freshman shortstop. Cochran finally returns behind the plate. Ryan Higgins has to guard his eyes from the sun to receive the sign. No pitches yet to Gabe Gray. It's 0-0, and he swings on the first pitch, a breaking ball that gets Higgins, and he smiles at that one. That was way in the other batter's box. Big spot for Gabe Gray. He's got the bases loaded with 2 outs on the board. LMU's best opportunity to score yet. Next pitch is in the turf. Cochran, a good job to keep in front of that one. Man, that would have most certainly been a run for the Rail Splitters. 71 pitches thrown so far for Ryan Higgins. 8 strikeouts for the junior. He delivers, and this one's fouled back. 1-2 count for Gabe Gray. Bases loaded for Ryan Higgins. This would be the second time he had gotten out of a jam. 1-2 with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Ryan Higgins comes together. Higgins looks at Hobson. He goes to the batter, and Gray fouls one back. Keeps himself at the plate, and it's still 1-2. Gabe Gray was 4 for 14 in this last week. Has had multi-hit games in the bookenders in the series against Hillsdale. 1-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Next pitch misses high and away on Gray. He successfully holds back, so 2-2 now. 6 RBIs for Gabe Gray last week. He's tied for that in the team lead, and he check swings on Cochran. No, he did not go. A breaking ball from Ryan Higgins that nearly got Gabe Gray going. But instead, that'll be waved off. So the payoff pitch on the way. It's bases loaded with 2 down, and a walk here would mean the Rail Splitters finally break the difference, and they will right there. It's in the dirt. Cochran stays in front of him. Hobson will walk home. And the dam finally bursts for Carson-Newman as they allow their first run of the inning, and it comes on a walk. Ryan Higgins loses what is one of his first battles of the day, and now pitching coach Jason White will come out and have a conversation, probably relieve Ryan Higgins of his duties, and we'll find out who the new pitcher is when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
So the dam finally burst for Carson-Newman, but Ryan Higgins, a good job up until that moment. He threw 6 2/3 inning, and now Brock Culpepper will take over. And the first pitch to Caleb Jordan, the third baseman, is a strike from Culpepper. Higgins, 6 2/3 inning of work, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, and one of them brought in Aaron Hobson to score. So the Rail Splitters lead the Eagles 1-0 as Culpepper gets the weak contact. Gibson will make the catch. Nobody will score, and that will retire the side for Carson-Newman. So 1 run came around to score on the walk from Gabe Gray after Ryan Higgins hit Ford Halleck, and then Gray walked to bring him around. And now the Eagles will get a chance to respond here in the top of the 8th. They have Cole Nathan, Logan Floyd, and Bradley Soto Diaz when we come back.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, where Easton Barnett will continue to work against these Eagle hitters. It was Peyton Armour who did 5 good innings of work before Easton Barnett has come in, thrown 1 1/3 innings with a strikeout, 7 pitches thrown, and nothing from these Eagle batters to touch this new pitcher for the Rail Splitters. They scored in the bottom of the 7th after Aaron Hobson reached on an error from Aiden Gibson, and then a bunt brought him to second from C.J. Dugan. Ronnie Matty hit a line drive into left field as Cole Nathan fouls the first pitch from Barnett back. Then a couple of free bases from Ryan Higgins would let him score. Gabe Gray credited with the RBI before Caleb Jordan would fly out to Aiden Gibson to end the inning. Next pitch from Barnett hits the zone for Cole Nathan, so a 1-2 count on the junior. Nathan is 0 for 2 today. He has reached base on a walk, and that one's going to get over the glove of Gray at shortstop. A line drive from Cole Nathan that gets him on base for the second time today, and Cole Nathan, a leadoff single for the Eagles, trying to respond here in this top of the 8th inning.
Number 11, Logan Floyd.
Floyd hit a ground ball to the second baseman in his last at bat that allowed him to reach base. But Cole Nathan is at first now, and now Logan Floyd with a chance to bring him around. First pitch from Barnett misses inside at the elbow of Floyd. Nearly hits him, but he avoids it. So 1-0 rather on Floyd. Next pitch is an off speed that misses low and away for ball 2. Floyd, one of those guys that's not going to give you too much when he's in the batter's box. He leads this Carson-Newman team in walks. A disciplined hitter that knows how to pick his pitch as Barnett goes over to Nathan at first base. Nathan is in head first and safe. Couple of extra base hits so far this season. The next pitch from Barnett is low at the knees of Floyd, but called a strike. So 1-2. Floyd still working ahead here. 2-1 on the way. It's a strike outside. So make it 2-2 as Barnett has worked his way back into this count successfully on the best hitter in this Eagles lineup. Floyd did not play against Tusculum earlier on in the week. Little illness making its way around the Carson-Newman dugout as the breaking ball is swung on and floated out to right field. Halleck is underneath it. He makes the catch, and Nathan jogs back to first base. So 1 away for Easton Barnett. The gun show from these pitchers has been so fun to watch. Just 1 run scored. And ultimately it comes off of the walk from Gabe Gray in the bottom of the 7th. But now Bradley Soto Diaz has a runner at first base. And Soto Diaz is 1 for 3 today. And his first at bat had that hit. Was a ground ball out to left field, and the first pitch from Barnett hits for strike 1. Barnett delivers to Soto Diaz. This one off speed and too far outside. So 1-1 on Soto Diaz with 1 out on the board. And Cole Nathan at first base. Soto Diaz, 2 years at Cayuga Community College, 1 season at William Penn as Barnett goes over to Aiden Gibson at first base. So the first season he spent in an Eagles uniform, and it's been a good one so far. Braxton Smith confident in him as Soto Diaz skies one out to right field. It's curling out towards the right field line, and Halleck is busting to get over there, but can't make the catch on time. So make it 1-2 for Bradley Soto Diaz. In his last two at-bats, 2 line drives, 1 to the left fielder and 1 to the second baseman to make him 1 for 3 today. Swung on and miss. Barnett gets his first strikeout. Make it the second strikeout of the game.
Now batting number 17, Tanner Kilgore.
Brings up Tanner Kilgore. Kilgore, a dangerous part of this lineup. He's 1 for 2 today with a walk. In the first pitch he watches. So 1-0 count for Tanner Kilgore. Cole Nathan is at first base. There's 2 outs. And an off-speed pitch hits outside for strike 1. Barnett has made a couple appearances so far this season, 4 already for the reliever. Next pitch is a fastball that stamps the zone on the black. Makes it a 1-2 count. And Kilgore, a hard line drive out to right field. That's going to bring Cole Nathan to second base. And Tanner Kilgore keeps his hitting streak alive. So make him 2 for 3 today with a walk as well. And Jono Pierce, the shortstop who struck out in his last at bat, will have another chance with a runner in scoring position. He's been in this position a couple different times. Had a runner in scoring position in Bradley Soto Diaz in the bottom or the top of the 2nd inning, and then the very same thing in the top of the 6th inning. But Tom Griffin is going to make a hitting switch here. And it's Maddox Green, the freshman, to step in, who's been an on-base machine in a big spot to come in here.
Now batting number 3, Maddox Green.
So Cole Nathan, a line drive out to center field that allowed him to reach. And then Tanner Kilgore, a line drive out to right field that brought Nathan to second, and he rests on first base. And now Maddox Green, the freshman, pinch hitting for Jono Pierce with 2 outs on the board, and the first pitch from Barnett misses low on the freshman. So 1-0 for Maddox Green. Green also plays football for Carson-Newman, and the next pitch is an off-speed that misses outside. So he spent all of the fall with the football team at Carson-Newman before he had to come over and readjust to the baseball season. Next pitch from Barnett misses high on the freshman Green. So a 3-0 count here for Green, and like I said, he's been an absolute on-base machine. Multiple walks and has been hit by a pitch multiple times and successfully, no, does not. Late call from the umpire there. Makes it a 3-1 count as Barnett finally hit on the fastball down Broadway. Green watches the next one go by again, another fastball, but this time it hits the outer third. So make it a full count for Maddox Green. He was in a similar spot against Cedarville in that first game of the series. Hit a bases clearing RBI single. And Green hits a chopper to the shortstop, Gray. Can he make the throw? Yes, he does. Morse makes the stretch. And Maddox Green unsuccessful in coming in to pinch hit. This LMU defense staying stout here. And the LMU Arms continuing to throw a scoreless ball game. It's 1-0 in favor of the Rail Splitters when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Light is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilight.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Brock Culpepper back to the mound after he took over midway through the bottom of the 7th, where he ended up getting weak contact from Caleb Jordan. So it's Brady Morse, Peyton Mullenix, and Aaron Hobson that will get their first look at Brock Culpepper. And the first pitch from Culpepper, Morse ropes it out to deep left field, and it's going to hit the ground like all the way out to the foul pole. And Brady Morse has a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 8th. Rail Splitters are up 1-0 over Carson-Newman right now. That lone run scored in the bottom of the 7th by Aaron Hobson after a couple of free bases from Ryan Higgins would allow him to score. Gabe Gray ultimately the one charged with the RBI. And now Peyton Mullenix, the right fielder, will square around for the bunt, misses completely on the pitch from Culpepper. And it's 1 strike, no balls for Brock Culpepper against Peyton Mullenix. Grounded out to first base in his last at bat, and Mullenix pulls that one into the Carson-Newman dugout. So 0-2 count for Brock Culpepper, searching for his first strikeout of the day after Ryan Higgins had 8. Both of these starters on either side have put on an absolute showcase here at Lamar Hennon Field. And what a way for the sack opener to play out as Mullenix hits a chopper over to second base. That one is going to be scooped up by Logan Floyd. He baby tossed the throw. It takes 1 hop and gets over the glove of Cole Nathan. Probably should have been Nathan's play. Brady Morse was in between Nathan and Floyd. They didn't communicate super well. And we'll see how they stat that, but I'm guessing it's going to be an error on Logan Floyd. And that brings up Aaron Hobson. The second baseman has been good today, 1 for 3, and now he's got runners at second and third, and LMU has a chance to add to their lead here in this bottom of the 8th. Hobson fouls the first pitch back from Culpepper. It's his first look at the senior. 3 pitches in his arsenal: 2-seam fastball, changeup, and the slurve. LMU has runners at second and third, and Aaron Hobson, who's been successful today as Carson pops off the pitch from Culpepper, looking maybe to get Brady Morse, who is at third base after the error from Logan Floyd. Peyton Mullenix is at second, and here's the pitch. It misses way outside, so 2-1 for Aaron Hobson coming up here. Two-one. Misses outside. Hobson had to sort of checked his swing there, and he did not go. Actually, yes, he did. So 2-2 count for Aaron Hobson. No outs on the board for Carson-Newman. They've got runners at second and third. 2-2. Fly ball out to center field. Braxton Smith using his speed to move in, but it's actually going to be Cole Nathan to make the grab over his left shoulder. And one away. Runners will stay put. So Morse still at third, Mullenix at second, and C.J. Dugan, the center fielder, will step up. Defensive changes for Carson-Newman. Aiden Gibson is at shortstop. And it's Colton Evans at third base, the utility player, after John O. Pierce was pinch hit for, and then Carson-Newman makes the defensive changes. Culpepper, the first pitch to C.J. Dugan, misses in the turf. But he gets Dugan to go just enough, so 0-1. This one's a hard ground ball. It gets over the glove of Colton Evans at third base, takes 2 hops, and then gets into the outfield where Bolton scoops it up. And Brady Morse is in to score. Makes it 2-0 as Peyton Mullenix moves to third base, and C.J. Dugan is at first. An RBI single for the center fielder. Brings up Ronnie Matty, the catcher. He's 2 for 3 today. Make that 1 for 3. Culpepper goes over to first base where Dugan had a couple steps off the bag. Culpepper slowing things down here as the sun finally starts to set on Lamar Hennon Field. The lights coming on here. Culpepper jams up Matty, gets him to swing. So 1-0 count on the catcher. One out with runners at the corners for LMU. It's Mullenix at third base, C.J. Dugan at first, and Ronnie Matty is at the plate with an 0-1 count. Fouled back, make it 0-2. Culpepper comes together, kicks and fires, and misses low on Matty for ball 1 of the count, but a great 0-2 pitch there from the senior. 2 appearances already this season, 4 innings pitched, and has recorded a win in his games with Carson-Newman in 2026. Next pitch is high and away for ball 2 on Matty. Runners at the corners for LMU, 1 out on the board, and it's 2-2. Culpepper gets him to swing. It's just a soft little ground ball to Aiden Gibson, looking for the double play as he flips it to Cole Nathan and over to Logan Floyd, and he gets it. Make it 6-4-3 double play, and Carson-Newman gets out relatively easy. Just 1 run scored in the bottom of the 8th. It's 2-0. LMU wins, and Carson-Newman with 1 opportunity left to respond. And it's Aiden Gibson, Ryan Bolton, and Carson Cochran to lead things off here in the top of the 9th. When we come back on the Eagles Sports Network. Aiden Gibson goes to work on Easton Barnett, who's thrown 2 1/3 innings pitched, just 2 hits, no runs, and 2 strikeouts. And the first pitch to Gibson is a strike. He gets him on the fastball right down the middle. Lincoln Memorial up 2-0 right now on Carson-Newman, looking to pick up their first win in sack play, and Gibson swings on the next pitch, and it's fouled back into the netting. Carson-Newman pretty good in sack openers. They've won 8 out of their last 12 sack openers, so this would be an uncharacteristic one for the Eagles. The next pitch to Gibson misses low and away, kind of leaks away from Maddie behind the dish, and will be a 1-2 count for Aiden Gibson. Gibson is 1 for 3 today, flew out to right field in his last at bat, and the next pitch misses inside. Last season against Newberry, won the final 2 games to win its home opener, as Gibson hits another one high into the air out to right field. Halleck makes the catch right at the right field line, and 1 away for Lincoln Memorial, just 2 outs away from taking game 1 of this series.
24, Ryan Bolton.
So Ryan Bolton, the left fielder, will look for his first hit of the day, and what a big spot it would come in. He's 0 for 3. Hit a ground ball to second base in his first at bat, a ground ball to first in his second, and the breaking ball from Barnett misses inside. Tried to lay down the bunt in the last inning, didn't reach in time, and Bolton waves and misses on the next pitch from Barnett. So a 1-1 count for Ryan Bolton. Hits in his last 2 games straight, and the next pitch hits the zone low for strike 2. 1-2 count on Ryan Bolton. He has yet to record a hit today, so his hitting streak in jeopardy. And Eagles need a couple runs here. They won't get it off the bat of Bolton as he fans on the one from Easton Barnett, the outside pitch that gets Bolton to go, and 2 away for LMU, just 1 out away from
Matthew Bishop.
winning this ball game in the sack opener. So now Matt Bishop, the freshman, will come into a spot and try and get something off of his bat. The first pitch from Barnett is a fastball down Broadway that Bishop holds back on. So an 0-1 count. And he fouls one back, so make it 0-2. Hasn't seen time yet in an Eagles uniform. This is his first look at any live action here in his collegiate career. Next pitch from Barnett is hit. It's up the first baseline, and it hits off the glove of Morse. Bishop is going to reach, and so an error by Brady Morse will let Matt Bishop reach base for the first time in his Carson-Newman career. And Braxton Smith, the center fielder, will keep things going here from the top of the order.
Now batting number 2, Braxton Smith.
They're actually going to credit Matt Bishop for the single there. So his first hit in his Carson-Newman career as well. And then they're going to send in a pinch runner. It's Kylan Hornbuckle who will come in and pinch run for the Eagles. And Braxton Smith has a clean count. The first pitch is on the way. It's a ball that misses high and outside. Smith is 0 for 4 today after a really, really good last 2 games. Was a perfect 4 for 4 in the last game against Cedarville, and he watches the next offering from Barnett that misses outside again. So make it 2-0. Hornbuckle, the runner at first. There's 2 down for LMU, and Braxton Smith watches the next pitch go by, a curveball that clips the upper corner for strike 1. 2-1 on the way. Gets the outside. So 2-2 with 2 outs for Easton Barnett, and this LMU pitching staff looking to have an incredibly clean day here. Just 1 strike away from getting Braxton Smith. Instead, he hits a high fly ball out to center field. Dugan is underneath it. He makes the catch, and LMU has won their sack opener against the Carson-Newman Eagles, one of the best offensive teams in the country. Led by a great pitching effort from Peyton Armour. He makes his 3rd start and makes it count. 5 2/3 innings pitched for the starter, just 4 hits, no runs, and 6 strikeouts for the junior. And then Easton Barnett comes in, pitches 3 1/3 innings and 3 hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts to go along with it. Keeps the Eagles scoreless, not something teams do very often against a very potent Eagles offense. And Ryan Higgins, he does more of the same. He matches pretty much pitch for pitch what Peyton Armour did. 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits, just 1 run that came after a couple of free bases. But LMU will win this ball game 2-1, and Carson-Newman's perfect record will be spoiled. Carson-Newman moves to 6-1, and LMU to 4-3, and we'll sign off here on the Eagles Sports Network. But we'll be right back here tomorrow for all the action for a 2-game set. I'm Rihanna DeCrow saying so long from Harrogate.